Do not buy the DJI Air 3 drone. Watch this video first. Now, looking at these two drones, you would think that the bigger drone with the two cameras is better, right? Well, that's not always the case. There are some pretty interesting differences between the DJI Air 3 and the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and this is probably going to be a little bit controversial. And I mean, really, are the two cameras on the Air 3 worth the upgrade? That is the question. Now, these drones have a lot of similarities apart from their size and looks, but there are some key differences between these drones that you should know. Let's quickly run over what is exactly the same with the DJI Air 3 and the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So what is the same? They both have 48 megapixel stills, they both shoot at 4K up to 100 frames a second, they both shoot in HD up to 200 frames a second, they both have the same sensor, a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor. They both shoot at the same bitrate of 150 megabits per second. Now, they both can also do vertical shooting, but this isn't entirely true. We're going to touch on this in a second. They both have the OcuSync 4 transmission, and they both have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. Now, let's get into what is different about these drones. Now, everyone is banging on about how good the Air 3 is just because it has dual cameras. But what about the actual video quality coming out of those cameras? Now, I was actually quite shocked to know that the DJI Air 3 and the DJI Mini 4 Pro have exactly the same cameras on it, down to a T. They're exactly the same. So there's no difference between the image quality on the DJI Air 3 and the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So why would you buy the Air 3 at all? Well, a lot of people are buying it purely because it has the two cameras. Now, this is a great feature, and I love this feature on the DJI Mavic 3 Pro. This is my favorite drone ever, but it is in a completely different category when it comes to comparing it with the Mini 4 Pro. Now, this is where I'm a little bit confused on where the Air 3 is supposed to fit into the scheme of things, because really it's just a DJI Mini 4 Pro with an extra lens on it. Now, like I did mention before, the DJI Air 3 does have vertical shooting, but don't be fooled. This drone is an imposter and it's not actually true. What the Air 3 is actually doing, it is cropping in on your 4K image to a 2.7K image, making it not actually a true vertical image. The camera and the gimbal don't flip like the DJI Mini 4 does. It just stays in the same orientation, it does not flip, so all you are getting is a cropped in image, which you could pretty much do yourself anyway. So if you are one of those people who wants a drone to be able to do true vertical shooting, you are not gonna want the DJI Air 3. Now, the next thing you're probably gonna say to me is, well, Amy, I live in a really windy spot and I need a bigger drone to combat those winds. You know, I don't wanna have a mini drone to do that. Now, I've tested the mini drones significantly in the wind, and yes, they aren't the best in the wind, but no drone is really good in high winds. So when you compare the Mini 4 to the DJI Air 3, when it comes to how much wind it can handle, it's actually really impressive. I was super surprised to see that the Air 3 is not that great in the wind compared to the Mini 4 Pro. The Air 3 is rated to 12 ms, which is around 26 miles per hour or 43 kilometers per hour, while the Mini 4 Pro is rated at 10.7 ms, which is around 22 miles per hour or 36 kilometers per hour. Now, I don't know about you, but for a drone that is 3 times as small as the Air 3, that's pretty impressive. When you compare it to the Air 3, that's just like a 1.3 ms difference, and the drone is 3 times as small as the Air 3. That's really shit. Now, what alarms me is the Mini 4 Pro is smaller, lighter, cheaper, has the same quality as the more expensive Air 3, has better vertical shooting, is great in the wind for its size, and the only real deal breaker here is the extra camera. And if you really want the extra camera, you really just have to man up and get the Mavic 3 Pro. Get all 3 cameras if you really want that type of drone. That is the drone you want. Don't go half-assed into it and get the Air 3. It's really not worth the upgrade. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Hooroo.